Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It's me, Shon-Jhon. Welcome to the channel. If you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe. And if you like what you hear, smash the thumbs up. And for everybody who's back, that means I'm giving you some good content that you can use, that you can apply. I always say, I try to keep my information very simple and make it applicatable. Don't look it up. It's not a real word. It just means you learn it, now go do it, right? So we want you to be able to applicate, because it's one thing just to get the information and not do anything about it. That's what most people do. And I don't want you to do what most people do. So I want you guys to applicate. So today we're going to talk about 3 things, not 1, not 2, not 4. I almost got myself, but 3. So we're going to talk about 3 things today that most people are addicted to. So 3 powerful addictions. We're not going to talk about we're not going to dig into your personal life. We'll just leave it at that. On the really bad side, right? Because we all have some things that we probably shouldn't be doing. I know I do. And but we're going to talk about 3 things and kind of try to keep it in a financial perspective, right? Some 3 things that, and we may even add a bonus or 2, but these 3 things are really messing with people's finances. And the reason I know it is because I know, well, a couple of things. I know that most people are not financially educated. I know that to be a fact. The reason I know that is reason number 2 is because 80% of America cannot solve a $1,000 emergency right now. So think about it this way, and I use this as an example, but I want the reality to hit you. That's why it's such a serious example, and that is this. If your day to die was today, right? But if you had $1,000 that you can come up with or in your bank account, and you can pay that $1,000, you can live to see another day. 80% of this world, especially America, probably more of the world, but 80% of America wouldn't make it until tomorrow, wouldn't make it past the night. And so I've been in a situation where I cannot get myself out of a financial bind. And one of the hardest parts was that my circle couldn't help me either. So I was poor, they were poor. And I'm not talking about, when I say poor, I just want you guys to know I'm not talking about the way I was living in 2017 with no home, no clothes, nowhere to live, homeless out in the street. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those who are actually working, putting in the work, putting in the effort, but it's just not enough money to change their lives. And you're sitting there, you're in the same position I was in, and you're just going, please, I just want a better life. I promise I'm giving it everything I got. And it's just not happening. I'm telling you, it could get frustrating. But listen, I got good news. Don't quit. Don't keep your head up. Just persevere. Sometimes it takes a little longer, and that's a clue based on what we're going to talk about today. But sometimes it's just going to take a little longer to get that. So I may as well start with it, right? So we'll jump right into it. But first, listen, I rarely ever get to plug my book, but I did write a book. This book is called Ready, Set, Wealth, Learn the Secrets of the Rich and Wealthy. It's from yours truly. I'll sign a copy if you want it. Write book in the comments. The book is only $25. We pay the shipping and handling. They ship out on Fridays. And so hopefully by Monday, you'll have your copy of the book. The book is about 150 pages. I got some really good information. Probably my first chapter is one of my favorites. So I got 10 lessons in the book. I'll read through them really quickly so that you can, hopefully you can relate to it. I know it helped me, and it's just my story of how I went from homeless for the 3rd time. It's like they say, 3rd time's a charm. Not when you're homeless. 3rd time is harm. You don't want, it ain't a charm, it's harm, right? And you don't want to be there. It ain't no fun. So I do everything I can to keep myself out of that financial position. And so I created this YouTube channel just to share with you. So I hope it helps. If I'm not at 300 subscribers by the end of February, then I'm thinking that this is probably not helping as many people as I thought it would. And there's probably not enough people out there. If I can't find 300 people in all of America where 250 million people are struggling financially, if I can't find 300 people to get on the channel and share the information with, then that just means nobody's looking for this information. And I'm okay with that if you're okay with that. So I'm still going to do me. My life's going to go on. I'm still going to try to win at the highest level. But that's my goal. We'll see if we can get to the 300 by the end of the month, February. If it does, I'll keep going. I promise. If it doesn't, we'll see what happens. But I hope this helps. So I'll read through it really quickly. Lesson 1. Some of these titles are going to shock you, but trust me, it's worth it to read through this book. Lesson 1, paychecks are for losers. Bring me to another thing, man. I talked about a bonus. I'll add a bonus. Most people don't read. You don't invest your time into things that can help you and benefit your life financially. You've got to start reading. You've got to start educating yourself. You got to start listening. You do it on here. A lot of you, I give you credit, you're here. But pick up a book and read it too so you can program. Because the biggest problem is you've been programmed. Did I say that too fast? I'll say it again. The biggest problem is you've been programmed. And I ain't mad at you because I was programmed too. So now we got to break away from that programming and reset our financial conscience, right? You have a financial subconscious. You have a poor you and a rich you living inside of you. It's up to you to decide who gets to live this life, right? So lesson 1 is paychecks are for losers. I'm not going to go into all of them, but I'll just read them to you. Lesson 2, the cycle of broke. There is a cycle that keeps you broke. I know it because it kept me poor. Lesson 3, rich versus wealth. What are riches versus what's wealth? Lesson 4, the cycle of wealth is where I teach you, once you learn those lessons of how you're always broke because of what cycle you're in, then I teach you the opposite cycle of how to build wealth. Number 5, changing lanes. That's for a lot of people who's got the bad mindsets and you're stubborn and you don't want to listen. You just want to fight in the comments all the time. Just sit back, listen, get a different perspective, and it might change your life, right? Number 6, the wealth triangle. How to build wealth from the foundation up. Number 7, financial independence day, and that's how you break free financially from your job. Number 8, friendly money. Just teaching you how to multiply your money. That's a big lesson. Number 9, lesson 9, playing the new money game. That's what I teach you on this channel. There's a new way to think about money, new way to act about money, a new way to play the money game. You need to do it. And lesson 10, how to get started. So I teach you how to actually, what's the word I use? How to actually get the knowledge, because the book is the knowledge. Now I teach you how to go out and implement it and actually do something with the information you have, right? To have it is one thing, and that's a start. But if you're not going to do anything with it, if you got a nice car and you don't drive it, I'm just saying. All right, so let's dive into it. I got about 3 I'll get into, and we'll make it quick. But one of the things that keep people, one of the 3 addictions in America that keep people in a really, really bad, tight financial spot and got you living paycheck to paycheck and a struggle life is number 1, and really in no particular order, I'm just going to throw out 3, but the first one's going to be your dependency on a paycheck. Most of you are paycheck dependent. Now, listen to me, I have no problems with you going to work, doing your job. I'd rather you do that than to be homeless. I'd rather you do that than to be a criminal. Please, when I go to McDonald's and I see somebody who's, because McDonald's ain't designed for you to take care of your family. But if I see somebody in there and I know they're older and I'm like, hey, this person probably got a family, they're putting in some work. Hey, I respect it. I got you. I'm going to treat you with nothing but respect. Even though I know you're not going to put everything in my bag the way it's supposed to, but I'm sure I'm still going to respect you because I appreciate you trying and doing the right thing. That says to me, this person has not given up. They're trying. They haven't figured it out. They just need somebody to touch them on the shoulder and say, hey, I got something I think you should probably look at. And that's all it takes. That's why I always say, share this channel with at least one person each day. If you don't mind, thank you. Hit subscribe. So dependency on paychecks. The reason I don't like it is because it leverages your entire life. So think about all the things you got. You got your bills. So you got your rent. We'll just call it rent or mortgage. You got your lights, I could go on and on. You got your lights, you got your car, you got your phone, you got all these expenses, and they all are covered via your paycheck. So all that tells you is if anything happens to your paycheck, rent, lights, car, etc., you could lose it all. And I don't want you to be in a position where you lose it all. So the problem is your paycheck has leveraged your life, and it's over leveraged it. So it's got you stressed out. It's got you with anxiety. It's got you selling your Saturdays, missing your children grow up, missing time with your family, because the only way you know how to make money is with a paycheck, and that's very, very dangerous, right? So I'll leave that up there. The other thing that gets you guys in a lot of trouble, right, is I'm just going to put, well, I'll spell out some of it out. I'll just put this, right? So I'll shorten it. Instant gratification. You guys see the Facebook post, the Instagram post, the Twitter, and all that, and it looks like the people are only showing you the moments of success, the good times. And so now we've got this idea that success happens quickly. We got this idea that changing our lives is something that's supposed to happen overnight. Like we can take it and microwave it, and in 60 seconds, I need to see change. And that's not how anything works. Nothing works that way. As much as I like watermelon, love watermelon. I'm a South Louisiana boy, even though I live here in Dallas. Love watermelon. If you plant watermelon out of season, you won't be eating watermelon. Why? Because everything has its season to grow, to produce, to multiply, and then repeat. So your whole entire life is made up of seasons, right? Your first season, you learn to crawl, then you learn to walk, then you learn to run, then you get into school, then you get into college, right? Then you get into the 4 quarters of your work career. I call it 25 to 35, 35 to 44, 45, 45 to 55, 55 to 65. It's probably your 4th quarter to produce, right? If you can produce in that 1st quarter, you're gonna have a great life. If I catch you in the 2nd quarter, you're still gonna have a good life. Catch you in the 3rd quarter, I know you're a little tired now. You don't have as much energy, and you're taking 2 naps a day, but we can still get something out of you. Catch you in the 4th quarter, you're probably taking 3 naps a day. You don't want to move around a whole lot, and we're getting towards the end, right? And so we want to live the best life we can while we still can. Hey, look, I appreciate that Warren Buffett is 100 years old and a billionaire. I don't know what he does with his money. I don't know how useful it is. But that's why I always say, look, learn quickly, because getting rich is about speed. You don't believe me? I'll share with you. All right. So John works 40 years, makes $25,000 a year, I think. That's $1 million. John's a millionaire in 40 years. Mary, because women are smarter than men, we know it. Nope, don't come at me in the comments. We know it. And if you want to stay happy in your relationship, you better know it. And so Mary makes $250,000 a year. She makes $1 million in 4 years. John makes it in 20 years. John makes it in 40 years. They both made $1 million. What was the difference? Mary made it faster. So wealth is about time. You all are going to work long enough to make $1 million. The problem is you didn't make it fast enough. That's why I want you to make money quickly. Now, with the instant gratification, I'm just talking about when you guys see things and then it makes you want those results overnight. And I'm telling you, sometimes it takes time to build these things out. Sometimes it takes time to put yourself in the best financial situation, right? Even when I was homeless and I started making money with the moving service I started, I couldn't get off the streets right then. It took me about a month to be able to get enough money, find a place to stay, and then get reacclimated to a normal life. So it does take time. By the way, that's the 3rd time I was homeless, so please don't do it. But again, you don't want to have the mindset of everything has to happen right now, because it's going to leave you disappointed and frustrated. So it's not popcorn. All right. It takes a little minute to get these things going, but all you have to do is commit to the process and follow through, and it'll work. The last thing, something else that because people are addicted to paychecks, get them in trouble. Because they have no other way to make money. They never even thought about it. They only know that money comes through the paycheck. They're addicted to instant gratification. So if things don't happen fast enough, they do what? They give up. They flop. Right? Last thing, this is probably going to get me in trouble, and you too if you tell somebody, but do it anyway. Last thing people are addicted to that get them into a lot of trouble, and I have friends who are realtors, buying houses. People are addicted to buying houses. We're taught since we were children, own a house, be a homeowner, buy a house. It solidifies you as an adult. No, it does not. 10, 20 years ago, even 5 years ago, buying a house was a good idea, right? Because houses were affordable, jobs kept you, your parents could retire, your grandparents could retire. You won't be at the same job the rest of your life. You might not even be there tomorrow. Technology is trying to take your job. Kids in other countries are trying to take your job. People coming out of college with these big debts. They're debts, but they feel like debt, right? These debts, they have to pay that back. So they're looking to go to work, right? So they're looking to work your job, take your position and work for less. Out the door you go. Your job's looking to fire you. That's fact. You better fire them first. Houses, people are addicted to buying houses, and this keeps them in a bad position because people I'm not going to go through all the numbers. I did them the other day. It's insane to buy an average house today. Complete waste of money. Now, I'm not against owning a house. The reason I'm putting this up here is because most of you are going to pay for the house with your paycheck. You watch my videos, you know I don't want that. There are other ways you can buy a house. In fact, if you want to learn how to start a business or a side hustle part-time and then buy a house using that, you need to be in my Zoom tonight. I have a Zoom coming up Thursday night. And if you just reply yes, I'll send the link to you ASAP. And if you missed this one, I have another one coming. Just reply yes, you'll get the invite. So, but people are addicted to buying houses, and this put them in a financial bond, right? So you don't want to be in a bond because you're pressured into buying a house, or you pressure yourself into buying a house. So I know everybody's going to like be at you and kicking you and scratching you because you're not a homeowner. But I'm telling you, these people who pay house notes, they're not homeowners either. Oops, did I say that? They're loan owners, but they mistake themselves for homeowners, but they're 30-year loan owners. They don't have the title. It's not their home. Even if they have the title, there's still a bunch of stuff that you got to pay for, including property taxes, repairs, on and on. So don't be in a hurry to buy a house. I'm not against you owning a house. I'm against you owning with a paycheck. But I'm also saying, if you want to fix your life financially, don't be in a hurry to buy a house. People are addicted to buying houses. And what happens? They become house poor. Yes, you got a nice house, but you can't even buy a biscuit with your two-piece. Right? Instant gratification. Don't be like that. Average people are like that, and they get frustrated when they don't see fast results. You stay persistent and keep working. And number 3, they're addicted to paychecks. Reason being, because they built their whole life around paycheck, number 1. Number 2, they don't know any other way to make money. That's why you need to be in my Zoom. Reply, just put yes in the comments. I'll send you a link for a training. It'll change your life. Otherwise, you can go to middlemanceo.com, take my masterclass. It's about 6 hours. Learn how to make money using only your smartphone. Promise you it'll change your life. Right? So I hope this helps. If it does, let me know in the comments. If you got a question or comment, drop it. I'll check it out if I can. And just let me know. Don't forget to share this video and this channel with other people if you don't mind. Just one. I'm okay with that. And let's get that subscriber number up so we can keep doing this content at the end of February. But also, if you guys want to get a copy of the book, I'd appreciate the support. It's not mandatory. I try to give you everything I can. But if you want to invest in yourself, which I always encourage, and help me out at the same time, which I always appreciate, I just want to say thank you in advance to everybody who's going to get a copy of the book. I will sign and send a copy to you. It's only $25. It's not a purchase. It's not a buy. It's an investment. It's going to change the way you think about money. Before you watch this video, you were never thinking about this. Now you're sitting back going, you know what? I'm not in a hurry to buy a house. You know what? I am addicted to a paycheck. That's got to go. Got to find another way to make money besides my job. Don't quit your job. Just find another way to make money when you're not at work. And then you're like, I do look at things and go, I got to have that now. But I don't. I'm patient. Let me work this course. Let me run this play, work this plan, and my life will never be the same. Guys, I got to go. Be blessed by the best and have an awesome day. Take care and peace.